Hi, I'm Amy of the Amy K Agency, and today I'm going to show you how to change a one-page printable from one theme to another. Let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, we have this daily meal planner that is in more of a Thanksgiving or fall type theme. It's got the fall colors, the fall leaves, it's got the leaves in the background, and it's very like orange, green, brown kind of vibe. So if this is a PLR product you have, how can we change it to use it for other holidays? Well, let me show you. So the first thing I would do is just duplicate this. That way the original one stays intact, so if there's any issues, I can always go back to that one. The second thing I would do is I would go to the heading. If it has any text effects, you can tell because it's highlighted here, and I would first go and remove that, because when you change colors, text effects will not change when you do a global color change. So I'm going to go none on the left, and that removes it. So it just makes it easier. Now I'm also going to remove these leaves because I'm not going to use them anymore. And we're going to start with a Christmas theme. So now that we've removed all the leaves, we want to find a background that we want. Now, sure, you could just pick a color by clicking on this. You can delete it, and then you can choose a solid color if that's what your preference is, something like that for Christmas. Or you can do something a bit more fun by searching in the elements, and let's just go Christmas background. And then we're going to go to graphics, and I always change my filter so that it is set to static and free. And then I just kind of drag and drop to see what I like. So I'm going to drag it. It's going to look like this. Right click and go replace background. So now it's replaced the background, and anything else that I drag over top should replace it. So this is a potential. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to just keep going to get a few ideas of what I might like. But because I have the red in the background, it is going to affect that. So let's try this. So I'm going to just drop this, right click, set images background is what it will normally say for you. And then you're free to just keep dragging. Now see how this one doesn't grab? That means it's not a fixed background. Even these odd shaped ones, you can still try and see if you like it when it stretches it out. So that's a good classic one. I like that. So I'm going to duplicate. You could do these solid colors. That's pretty. You can make it more of a winter theme. We'll keep that one. That's pretty too. More winter themed again. Something like that. I think you get the gist. So then what I would do is I would go down to grid view, and then I would view all of them. Obviously take into account that the colors inside don't match, but I would see which is most appealing to me. So right away, this one looks a bit dark to me, so I'm going to click on it and delete it. And this one I don't love, so I'm going to click it and delete it. And these could be maybes, so I actually really like the solid color, which is kind of funny. But I'm going to stick with the Christmas trees for this, but I'm going to keep this one because you could turn this one into a winter themed one as well. So let's just delete the red and continue on here. Okay, so I'm going to click on the title here and go up to the color, and I want to look at the photo colors that it's pulled in for us. And I think I might pick this blue color for now. And let's click on the frame. I think the frame I need first, which is this donut up here to change the color. And then I think this burgundy might be good to break up all the green and blue. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So then we're going to click on this yellow box and click on the main yellow, which is the main part. And let's pick this silvery gray color. And it's saying change all. Yes, boom, they're all changed. Then I'm going to go to the little donut, which will change the frame around it. And let's make the frame this dark green color. Change all. Yes. So it's going to change all of them. Click off, And you can see because it is transparent that you can't tell much of a difference from the border to the main part. It just adds like a nice differentiating texture to it. So then we're going to click on the line, click up here to edit the color, and I think we'll do the same blue as the title. No, actually, let's do the purple. And then you can see it changed it as I changed my mind, and I'm going to go change all, and now they've all changed to this. And I'm actually going to delete this one right now. And then we're going to look at these orange boxes, and we obviously don't want to have orange. So let's see what other color we can choose to go in there. So we could set just like an off-white color, or we could do this green, and then I'm going to just change all. As I'm changing all though, sorry, it is changing the main one, so just know that. And then I'm going to change transparency. 22, I think it's good. I'm going to do it for all of them. And then I'm going to click on this orange square, and I'm going to change that color over here. Again, sticking to just the color palette that matches. And I think I'm going to do more of the purple and change all. Then we're going to go to, I think I'm going to go back on that actually. So I'm just doing the undo button, and you can see that it didn't change it. So then I'm going to click on it again. And I actually think I want this green color. Change all. Yeah, I like that better. And then I'm going to change this to the purpley color. Here we go, change all. Lovely. And then we have these weird brown color, which we're also going to change. Actually, I changed my mind. So let's make this purple, change all. Then I'm going to go back and change this to the blue. This just looks a little bit off to me. And if you wanted to change the color of the water, you can as well. Just click on it, and then you can find whatever color you want to change it to. I'll just make it this gray for the example, and then you can see it matches. And then last step is I would go in and add a text effect here. And I'll do a shadow again, change it to that maroon color, and then the transparency make it darker so that it kind of pops. So boom, there you go. Now it's a Christmas themed daily planner, and you can do this for multiple different themes. So that way you can build yourself a collection that you could sell as a themed meal planner. I'm just going to show you really quick one more. If we just duplicate it and we take this fun winter one that we liked. Now, obviously, we're not going to have much for colors when it comes to the winter theme. So you can choose to keep it all shades of blue. You can go rogue and throw in your own colors. You could keep the other colors from this one or some of them. And so if I was going to do it really quick, I would maybe choose a pink and maybe put the same pink in behind here. Maybe make it a little less bright. I would change the text color maybe to the blue just to keep it in line. The background here, let's go to that light blue. And I'm not going to change all so it doesn't change the other one because they're in the same project. But if you opened it in a different project, you totally could. And I think we'll change the text to dark gray. And you can actually hold shift and click multiple. So I'm just going to click the rest of all the text. These ones. And I'm going to make them all gray in this one. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the dark gray, sorry. And then these, maybe I will change to a very light pink, but that did not work. So let's go back here. click on the top color, there we go, and then pick light pink. And so if I want to change them all, we can just do this. You can zoom in to make it easier as well. I'm just trying to make this quick for the sake of time. And then we'll go color and light pink. These 3 boxes. Let's make the same light pink. Now the transparency is really low and it's already a light color, so I'm going to just increase. You could go all the way if you want it to be bright, or you can make it lighter like that. And then we're just going to change the lines because we know that the lines are that burgundy, purpley, maroony color. And I'm going to come back to these ones. So let's go up here. And maybe I want a dark blue. Again, you could change all, which would change all of these, but because of the other document, and for the sake of this example, I don't want to. So I'm going to just drag over them all, hold Shift and deselect these so that it's only left with that part, and then I can change to the same teal color. Now I could do it all the way down if I wanted to, and as long as I can figure out which parts to deselect, leaving just the lines chosen, which I can't get at that one. Zooming in. Oh, but you know what? I do want these because I didn't realize they were also that maroon color. So let's go back and select all of these as well. So the outer lines of the shapes that you select a border on can be changed at the same time as any lines as well. They're all kind of the same coloring. So we're going to click on this donut, and then we're going to change the rest there to that teal color. Perfect. So there you have it. In 10 minutes, we just created a Christmas version, a more neutral Christmas version, not your typical red and green. And then we also created a winter version, which are quite different. Now, I can't compare to that because I forgot I changed all, but you get the gist of how easy it is to change it over. You can create Valentine's, you could create back to school, you could create New Year's, Easter, any of the holidays would make a really great package, or you can just make generic ones in different colors with different fun themes, and you could just sell it as a general evergreen meal planner. Hope you found that helpful. We'll see you soon.